All right, let's practice some factoring here on this 4.2 checkup. So we're taking a look at this and we're trying to decide what times what makes a negative 14 and subtracts or adds to a negative 5. So making a list of factors, 1 times 14, 2 times 7, those are our only two possibilities. So looking at 2 plus 7 doesn't make this, but minusing those does make a 5. So we're going to put the larger factor here, the smaller factor here, and then decide on signs. If the sign in the middle is a negative, the larger factor is a negative. And so my two factors for this are x minus 7 and x plus 2 were fully factored. Let's go do the next one. What times what makes negative 8 and adds or subtracts to 2? Making a list of factors for 8, there's 1 times 8 or 2 times 4. Put the larger factor here. The sign in the middle matches the larger factor. And then I say, does 4 plus 2 equal this? Does 4 minus 2 equal this? Give this a negative. And so we have two factors of x plus 4, x minus 2. What times what makes 56 and adds up or subtracts to 15? So we'd say 7 times 8. And so the sign of positive works for this one, x plus 8, x plus 7. What times what makes positive 48 and adds or subtracts to negative 16? There are a lot of factors for 48. Five doesn't go in, 6 does, and then we're good. So looking at this big old list, which of these add up or subtract to 16? I'm looking at this pair right here. So 12 times 4, both need a negative. Negative times negative makes positive 48 and adds up to negative 16. Those are my factors. Right here, what times what makes positive 27? I'm thinking of 3 and 9. And then the signs are both negative. What times what makes 40 and adds up to 13? What times what makes 49 and adds up to 14? What times what makes 42 and adds up to negative 23? 2 times 21? And both get a negative. What times what makes 8? Negative 8 and adds up to 7. I'm looking at 8 and 1. And we need the sign in the middle to match the larger factor. There's where the negative goes. And finally, what times what makes negative 18? Thinking 2 and 9. Oops, 9 and 2. Sign in the middle matches the larger factor. X minus 9, x plus 2. How do I double check if I got the correct factors on these? Remember that you would FOIL this or multiply it out to make sure it matches the other thing. So if I go x times x is x squared, x times 2, negative 9x plus 2x does equal the negative 7x, and negative 9 times 2 equals negative 18. You could multiply these out and double check that they do match your original answer.